sign up if you want to for our civics presentation. We are doing it at our house this time, Wisconsin Voices, on Wednesday.
This Wednesday.
Wednesday.
So go onto Wisconsin Voices, fill out the little paperwork or the little jot form that says your name and your email address, so we know how many people are coming. It is at 5:00, I believe. I gotta go double check.
So that is tomorrow.
Yes, that's tomorrow.
June
Hopefully
12th.
don't have to cancel, because we trying to do this. We're also doing another one for at the Black Holocaust Museum.
Claiborne's place.
Who?
Claiborne's place.
Oh, no, the Black Holocaust Museum.
Oh, that's
No,
right. Oh,
Claiborne is.
That's right. I'm sorry.
See, you messing people up.
Mhm.
That is on the 18th
No, not go Claiborne's.
of June, and that's for working with Urban League, because they're doing a whole week of celebrating Juneteenth.
Mm.
And lastly, Juneteenth Day.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Any of our partners, anybody who want to come rock with Wisconsin Voices in our old school fire truck, come on down. Now we put Kian and Brian in charge of the playlist.
Ah.
I don't know what that's gonna sound like.
So that Civics 101 starts at 5:30.
5:30 tomorrow. Yes.
5:30 to 7:30 tomorrow, or Wednesday. Yes, tomorrow at Wisconsin Voices.
Now let's talk about this playlist.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing: for the last 2 years, Wisconsin Voices has been doing that. This is our second. This will be our third year. And for the last 2 years, we have stopped right on, what is that? Where's Atkinson Park at? That's on
936 West Atkinson Avenue.
So we stop off on 9th and Atkinson, and we've been trying to get a bigger and bigger crowd, because that is when we play Can We Talk, and we have a neighborhood sing along.
Oh,
yeah.
Nah.
Nice.
I'm not on that playlist. You know what I would have played right there? The Reflex Revision of Ain't No Stopping Us Now.
Okay, but that is what we did.
Mhm.
I understand we can do that a little bit later, but that was the
So
place.
didn't she just say who was it? Me and Brian was in charge of the playlist.
It's not the play. You in charge of the playlist don't mean that I can't play a song right there.
See
Keon,
what I'm saying? She
Keon
took
keep
authority.
forgetting that
You wanna
I
do a new
have to,
song,
I
though?
signed
Like,
his
Can We
paycheck.
Talk?
Yeah, right,
Uh-huh.
right.
Do a new song and say, Can we talk?
It's just that one. Everybody knew it. It was hyped. The people loved it, and we did it 2 years in a row. Let's try to do it again. We have from 21st or 20th and Atkinson all the way to the end of the parade to play everything else. Why they messing with me today, Joe?
I don't know. I can't speak for these guys.
So
Sometimes.
ever since I hired Keon, my hair, I had to dye my hair black.
Mhm.
I
At least
had-
you know, anything worth having is worth fighting for.
I ain't fighting.
Mhm. Oh,
So let's talk. So that is that. Remember, June 15th, which is Saturday. We are really trying to do that. Clean them gutters and those sewer grades. Just 2 hours, 10 to 12. Let's try to clean those gutter and sewer grades. You got your gutter and sewer grade over by your house?
yeah, they always clean it out.
Well, we're gonna try to clean. I'm cleaning mine.
We on the hill.
But I'm coming. Actually, I have to come in. I'm gonna come and do over here by 21st and Atkinson over here, and clean the sewer gutters and the grades. Please, please, please take pictures. Send them to Wisconsin Voices. Send them to our Facebook that y'all doing it. It's just something that may help when it start raining, so we don't float all the way down the street.
Float on.
So we got some elections coming up.
Talk to us.
Elections. Don't we love elections? Because that is when we get to exercise our right to say who we want representing us.
Yep.
Ain't that right?
So
Amen.
it's an opportunity for our voice to be heard.
Amen.
And
Protect our democracy.
amplify our voice.
Amen. And I say,
And I believe we have 2 people on the ballot. So let's go back. We have a special election,
Mhm.
and the primary on the special election is July 2nd.
Mhm.
The general is July 30th.
Mhm.
Here's the thing, there's only two people on the ballot, uh, and there's also one party.
Mhm.
So whoever this time, whoever wins that primary, they'll be on the ballot for the general by themselves, but they pretty much the primary is going to decide. We have requested Representative Lakeisha Myers to be on the show, so we're going to try to schedule that.
The
And
wise owl. Ooh,
and
ooh.
we are asking for Representative Dora Drake.
Dora.
Dora, Dora,
Yeah,
Dora.
Right.
I can't do it. I got to
right.
do it. I got to do it. I always mess with her about, and she just looks at you, and she don't look Hispanic at all. She just got the name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But they are vying for the seat to finish the term that was left by Senator Lena Taylor, now Judge Taylor. She got appointed in January.
Mhm.
So they will be the senator from whenever they start at, might be August and middle of August, to when the term ends in January. And then there's another election for them to replace her for the full 4-year term,
Yeah.
but that is in August. And I don't want to confuse you right now, so we're only going to be talking about the July 2nd and the July 30th um, special election. And that's for anybody that lived in this 4th Senate district. That is the special election. It's kind of like the northeast side of Milwaukee, Shorewood, Glendale, and parts of Wauwatosa. It goes all the way out to the northwest
I
side,
was gonna say
Mhm.
um,
along 124th Street,
all the way to I
county
think the
line,
county
county
line.
line road.
So you just have to, if your state representative last year was either Darren Madison, Dora Drake, or Lakeisha Myers, that is your Senate district.
Mhm.
And when you get down to the urban community, they have that old crazy what do we call it, gerrymandered line
Mm.
that may go up a block, over 3 houses, down 4 blocks, over 3 houses.
Split 3 houses.
Yeah, come back up. I'm telling you, it's that serious. So, also when you get into the Brown Deer area, I mean, there were people that last year voted for Lena that didn't know that they weren't in the district anymore. So that
Right.
line, you got to watch those lines too. So
Yep.
those of you who may think you were, may not be anymore. So
And we're going to try to put on our website a link, and I will work with Keon to do this, a link where you can click on and go see what district you're in.
mhm.
Mhm.
You can either do it through the Wisconsin Gov website or go into myvote.gov
Mhm.
What was
and
that?
check that out.
My vote.
I.gov.
Yeah, there you go.
Great website for everyone to check out.
Yeah.
So that is that. Now I'm going to tell you when. So as of there's a lot of information, and I'm trying to be very meticulous how I say it so I don't confuse people. The last time you can register online or mail in a registration in that Senate district is June 12th. So tomorrow.
Mhm.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow is the last day. Yeah, you
Tuesday,
can't
tomorrow.
register. I think it might be today is the last day. I have to double
I
check.
think it's
It's
the
20
12th. I
days.
think it's
It's
the
the
12th.
12th. 12th is the last day you can register um to vote with the W or my what is it?
myvote.wi.gov.
myvote.wi.gov or um mail.
Mhm.
Now you can register at the clerk's office if you go directly into your clerk's office, so the Milwaukee County clerk's office, or Village of Shorewood, or City of Glendale, or Village our city of Wauwatosa clerk's office, because those are the cities that make up this district.
Now, Tamika, can I register the day that I vote?
I'm getting there. I'm getting
I
there.
know, I'm just pushing you.
Now that's that. Or you can register the day of voting, which is July 2nd. You can also register when you early vote, and I'm going to give you what the days and times of early voting is. So early voting starts June 18th. Well, I'm going to do this separately. Early voting at the Capitol Drive Voting Center, which is on the corner of 60th and Capitol. They are early voting June 18th through June 28th. And that's weekdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Then they have 2 Saturdays, which is June 22nd and June 29th, and they are open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That is that location. Now, the Villard Library at 5190 North 35th Street and the Good Hope Library, 7715 Good Hope Road, they will be open Tuesday, June 18th, Tuesday, June 24th, and Monday, June 20. I'm sorry, let me say this again. Let me start over. Monday, June 24th, Tuesday, June 18th and 25th from 1 to 7 p.m. On Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, June 19th through the 21st and the 26th through the 28th, they'll be open from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then Saturday, June 22nd and June 29th, it's open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And lastly, there is a location on Juneteenth, the Clinton Road Senior Center, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. only on Juneteenth. You can early vote there. And that's where you can register as well. So that is the only day, Juneteenth. It's right smack in the middle of everything that's going on. You can register and vote there 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Oh, it's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot to remember. Yeah. It's a good thing we have people like Wisconsin Voices out there informing everybody and telling them that, when to vote and where to show up.
There is, please, if you have some questions, email us, hit us up on Facebook. Ain't that Facebook? Ain't that Facebook? That's your.
That's my RAM. Facebook, X, former Twitter, and Instagram. Yes, indeed.
That's when Keon be looking at that stuff, so you guys, I have to go back. Y'all should go on to Facebook and look at the live. See Keon's hat right now. What is that? What kind? Is that a fedora? Is that a fedora?
Yes, ma'am.
And does it match your shirt? That matches your shoes?
It coordinates.
But it's
coordinate.
Okay.
I have a lot of work to do with the way Brian and Keon dress. I just feel like I'm always dressed down to you guys. Like, you're always so fashionable. And I'm over here. I'm like, I throw on a t-shirt.
I'm going to take you out with me,
Right.
But then there's me who put on sweatpants and
like
I'm always
Tamika,
running.
Yeah,
that's me all day.
Yeah.
But he has shown us that we might have to up our game
just a little.
Because his beard is clean.
I like the type, this past weekend, I like the tight polo showing my rolls, showing my old sexy boy.
His pants are even ironed. He got a crease in his pants.
Oh, she's a mess. You don't iron pants anymore? I've always ironed my pants.
I know, we do, but
starch.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to jump to the referendum for August 14th. And we are going to deep dive into that because people say that they don't know what these ballot initiatives are. I'm going to lay it out to you, tell you the pros and cons, and you can make your own decision. We'll be right back with Be a Voice with Wisconsin Voices.
Remembering what we stand for at Wisconsin Voices.
Love and Can We Talk? That's our jam. That's like one of the anthems. Let's see, what do we know? What is that one rap song that everybody knows? Uh, Something delight. Uh, um, I can't remember, but Can We Talk? Everybody know that song. A lot of people know Joyful Joyful because of Sister Act. I mean, it's like you just know it's certain songs you just know. Uh but back to
Yeah.
politics. I'm Tamika with Wisconsin Voices. I'm the co-executive director of organizational empowerment. Let me tell you, I love that title. I love that part because it's all about partnerships. It's all about programming. That's what I do mainly, and trying to figure out what's the next thing we're gonna do. We got something coming up pretty big in the next couple of weeks. Like I said, we have Juneteenth. We have our cookout. Everybody, we have our cookout last Saturday in July.
Just went up on our Facebook page.
Catfish. Pork, because y'all was like, pork. But some of us still like swine. Pork, chicken.
Mm.
the meats are, they're made right there in front of you, in
Right.
front of it, that you can just see them
smell it.
rotisserie over a
Mm.
coal, and it's right there. You can see it. And then Keon's gonna be frying up the catfish, and we are hoping that we get, we want anywhere between 200, 300 people to come out and just um get information that day. If the I think some of the polling places will be open for early voting, and we're giving rides with Souls to the Polls. We're trying to coordinate with that because Zyler Building is right down the street, so we might be able to get some people to go early vote. All of this is just great stuff. We love it. It's all about community building. Um, the ballot initiative.
Yeah.
So there is 2 questions on the ballot from the state of Wisconsin. Some people might have more depending on their city. They might have, referendums for schools and stuff, but we're talking about the state referendums. Read the first one if you would. There's 2. Joe, can you read the
Yeah.
first one?
So
And what we're going to do is we're going to try to read exactly what the wording is, and then we're going to try to break down what it says, the pros and cons of it.
it
Yeah.
does. So just for reference, we're talking about Chapter 16, Section 54 of the Wisconsin statutes that authorizes the governor to accept and allocate federal funds. So when the governor gets federal funds from the United States and it's given to Wisconsin, the governor has the ability currently to allocate those funds to where he sees fit
And accept them.
And this is how the statute's written as it sits right now. Whenever the United States government shall make available to the state funds for the education, the promotion of health, the relief of indigency, the promotion of agriculture, or for any other purposes other than the administration of the tribal or any individual funds of Wisconsin Indians, the governor, on behalf of the state, is authorized to accept the funds so made available. In exercising the authority herein, the governor may stipulate as a condition of the acceptance of the act of Congress by the state such conditions as in the governor's discretion may be necessary to safeguard the interest of the state. And the only thing that this would add to it, it would change, is it would change.
Well, hold on. So let's
go ahead,
explain
yeah.
what he has right now. He gets funds. So let's do originally, like, the governor had the ARPA fund money and all those funds that came in because of COVID and different things, and even relief fund money, any of that stuff that comes from the federal government. The governor says, let's see how I'm going to give this out. Who am I going to give it to? Our governor did a lot of work this last time with giving it to small businesses, a lot of daycares.
So the designation wasn't part of the. So the federal government didn't give the designation of where the money went.
No, he just gave
Okay.
it to the governor, and the governor decided without, he had the power, and because of this statute, he had the power to figure out where the money went.
Okay.
Okay. What does the statute actually, what does the wording?
With the amendment?
Yes.
So
and then he's going to read what it says, and then we're going to explain what it does.
It's very simple. The ballot measure would add Section 35 of Article 4 to the Wisconsin Constitution, and it simply just changes the language of what I just read you. To the legislator may not designate its sole power to be determined how monies shall be appropriated. So in other words, it would shift the power from the governor to the legislator on how that money's allocated.
So that means that the assembly and the Senate would decide who gets that money, or if it's even received. They can reject the money, almost like they did with that
The
that high speed rail money. Yeah,
Cargo.
it's a little bit different
Yeah.
because that's in a different statute, but this is for health reasons, and that's where the governor thought it was going to be.
So kind of similar. Instead of us blaming old Scooter Walker, old Scooty for saying no to it, it would go to a group of people who would have to.
So no,
We talk about the
Scooty,
legislature.
and well, I don't want to. Governor Walker rejected that, but it was a different set
Mhm.
of monies, so that wasn't. This was like a gift. This it won't. This is not exactly. He rejected. So the governor rejected that money because
Yeah.
he could,
Right.
and he decided to reject it.
So that was my example. So
Yeah.
like now, the money is sent from the government. I'm from the feds. The governor could accept it, reject it, and say
Right.
where it goes. But with this referendum, now it would go. It would be on the legislators
Correct.
instead of one man. Too
Right.
much power for one man to have.
Not necessarily.
No, I was just doing my
Yeah.
Malcolm X quote.
Yeah. No, we don't want to confuse people.
Yeah.
But here's, and this is just my opinion, that one party can do one thing and they can limit the powers of a governor, but in a few years that could turn around and bite the same party right
Gotcha.
in the behind.
Exactly.
Because the roles can shift really quick, and especially with the new maps, we can see that change really quick.
Oh yeah.
And just look at the example you used, Keon, where another governor, a different governor back in the day, may not have rejected the Medicare expansion money or the money for the high speed rail. They might have accepted it.
Right.
But what I think the whole bigger point of this is, don't make decisions or change things because of this is my personal opinion. Don't make decisions or make changes for what is actually here now, because it could all change. So we will tell you what this means if you say yes to this. If you say yes, you are supporting the amendment to the state constitution to prohibit the legislature from delegating its power to appropriate this money. So that means you're saying, no, legislature, if you say yes, we want the legislature to do this. That's when, if you're saying yes.
Mm-hmm.
If you are saying no and oppose the amendment, the state constitution prohibits the legislature from delegating power to appropriate money.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want the governor to still be able to accept money and to allocate it, you want to vote no.
Right.
If you believe the legislature should be able to do it and they should have a decision in that, you want to vote yes. Here's the thing, the other part of this that I'm going to put in, this is part of checks and balances. Certain parts of the legislative branch has power. Certain parts of the executive branch, which is the governor, has power, and certain and the branch of the judicial has certain powers. So this is like a checks and balance. So the budget is, the governor creates a budget, and in normal, a governor creates a budget and then they send it to the legislature, and then they decide if they want to leave it exactly the way it is. They can start from scratch. They can do whatever they want to do. So they actually have the power to change or put stuff in budget.
Mm-hmm.
So they already control a lot of the money. And then the only thing the governor can do is, with our governor, he can do line item vetoes, or he can reject the budget altogether. But he can't really allocate any funds unless the legislature for budget.
Mm-hmm.
This is another way that if we get dollars, that the legislature is not controlling all of the monies.
So, to my lame understanding, voting no would be a balancing.
It would
balance
keep
that
the
scale.
balance.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, and really what it doesn't matter what party's in. You just want to make sure that there's a balance there.
Right.
And I mean, I know some people like to take it and maybe move with this right now because it would hinder, maybe they want to hinder our democratic governor from doing anything, but it might bite you in the butt a couple of years later. It say if there's a Republican governor and he does the same thing. I mean, you're breaking. He would love to do something with money, or she would love to do something with money, but can't because you have just changed it, and there's no checks and balances.
Or if, like the late great Polly Williams would say, and if he don't like you, he can make sure you don't have.
Well, that's
Right.
that's the problem of changing policy to go after a person or to go after someone that's currently sitting in that seat. The policy should be developed for whoever sits in that seat, whether it's a Republican, a Democrat, or an independent. To me, it just seems a little bit more of
It's
an
all
attack
about the
against,
checks and balances.
yes.
There's the second one is similar. What is the second one? And you can just read what it says.
I'll just read the changes because it's the same statute.
Listen closely.
The change would be that the governor may not allocate any federal monies the governor accepts on behalf of the state without the approval of the legislator by joint resolution or as provided by legislative rule.
So that's saying, so even if he accepts it, because say if the first one is voted down, if you say yes to the second one, yeah, he might be able to accept it, but he definitely can't say where it go. So, if you want checks and balances, I would say no to both. Now, some of the people who are, or organizations or people who are opposing, I just kind of want to give the support. Let me get to that for a second. So let's see here. I'm just trying to read through this because there's a lot of stuff to read. There is Republicans that state officials who are really supporting this. And then there is other Wisconsin Conservation Voters, Wisconsin Democracy Campaign, League of Women Voters. I will put on the record, Wisconsin Voices will be advocating a no on these. Yep. This is a policy that we're usually, we are not partisan, but when there's a policy that affects our community, we're going to tell you what we think. Yep. And this is definitely a no on both of these for people who trust Wisconsin Voices. And what we believe, this is a no. Both. And we're just going to keep saying no. Yep. The ballot initiative is no. Ooh, we're going to bring those up again. We're going to talk about them again because it is so important. If you want a little more information on this, I went to Ballotpedia. So it's Ballotpedia. And what they do is they really give you all the breakdowns, and they don't tell you one way or the other. Just say this is what it's saying. If it's no, this is what it's saying with it. If it's yes. And they also give you some footnotes so you can go back and see where they got their information from, and all the footnotes down there is saying where their sources are. Right. So these are one of those things where it is not, it's just factual information. It's not leaning left or right or Republican, Democrat. These are people who have looked at it and what is the impact of it, and just saying, if you say yes, this is what it is. If you say no. So Wisconsin Voices is advocating no on the August state referendums. We are going to take a break, and when we come back, Keon and Brian will be interviewing a great organization and what they're doing. And this is Father Making Progress. See you later. This is Be a Voice with Wisconsin Voices. Remember to amplify your voice.
Yeah, we got go ahead, guys. Tell us who you are. Tell us what y'all about. Don't need too much of an introduction. I'm sure if they haven't seen you out in the community yet, they might have seen you in the media. So go ahead and tell them who you are, what y'all do.
I'm D with Fathers Making Progress. And it's Ty.
I'm tired. Yep, we here. Happy Father's Week.
Yeah. It's a big week coming up. A lot of
Happy
weekends.
Father's Week.
Father's Week. We got the whole week.
They taking out
Got
the whole
Happy
week.
Father's Life.
We got that too.
Right.
Sure.
A lot of the fathers feel like they ain't getting the love right now. I'm seeing it
Absolutely.
on the social media right now. And even one of my guys the other day said something. He was like, man, I haven't seen a commercial for a Father's Day, anything yet. How about y'all for my fathers here?
I haven't seen it yet.
I ain't seen it yet, but I've been seeing a lot of fatherly things going on,
Yeah.
especially in this
that
month.
part. Yeah.
You know, I just literally just left my daughter graduation
That's
before I
what's up.
came here. So
Congratulations too.
yeah,
Congratulations.
shout out to Mira Ray McClain. You know, that's one of my bonus babies. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I bet you the turnout for fathers was there. They was in the building.
Oh
weren't
yeah, they most definitely was. And then
Mhm.
they was.
We-
I loved it.
We're not going to discredit black fathers and make them look like anything else but what they actually out here doing. But black fathers are the most involved groups of
Present.
males in the United States.
Absolutely.
Don't get it
Yeah.
twisted.
Yeah.
I want
That's the
y'all to
data.
know that. Yes, we are
Data
doing
don't
it.
lie.
And I want to shout out all you brothers that's out here, and you two included. I've seen y'all both in action in your fatherly roles. So I do want to say, shout out to y'all for handling business. But what y'all got going on? We just want to, hear what's going on this week with y'all. And first, let's clear up those introductions one more time and just tell us what y'all do for the organization and what y'all got for us this week.
So basically, I'm D. I'm one of the facilitators for Fathers Making Progress. We host these 12-week programs called
Mhm.
Fathers Building Fathers.
Mhm.
We go by 3 modules: the man before the father, and the relationship that build father and the father I am. And basically, we host we try to host 3 at 3 going on simultaneously, but we got 2 right now that's going on the same day.
Okay.
And 2 of the locations is actually one at the UEC, the Urban Ecology Center. That's 4023 West Galena Street. Right now we in session 4, and then we host another one on Wednesday on the same day at West Care. What's that
Yep,
address?
that's 2979 North Palmer Street. right on Palmer's and Chambers. Wednesday nights, 5:30 to 7:30.
Yeah.
It's a 2-hour block. We asking for all dads, young dads, old dads, granddads, uncles. Even if you're not a father, these spaces are like really beneficial to a man's understanding and psyche. So we in there just growing and building and understanding with each other, and we just really in there just loving on each other. I know that we don't like to be all sweet and sentimental, but it's love in those rooms, and that's what kept me going and kept coming to these spaces because we need more love.
Hey, we would say love and sweet, intimate with one another.
Absolutely.
It's very important for men to be able to be in a place where they can be vulnerable with one another.
I believe that.
And still, feel secure and feel supported.
Absolutely.
You can be,
that's part of us breaking out the
and to show that to younger generations.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
What's not happening.
Yep.
You can be sentimental and show emotional side and also still be on your masculine. You know,
Absolutely.
they have to have a balance. You just can't walk around and be, I'm tough all day, thug. Like that ain't gonna work, man. Because we as people need nurturing on both ends.
Correct.
Absolutely.
I feel one of the most masculine things you can do is be in touch and confident in your vulnerability.
That's real.
Talk about it.
Because pressure busts pipes. Just think about what it does to flesh and tissue.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that.
real. That's real. Yeah, I like that.
So we hold these spaces and we just building with each other because we walk around as men with a lot of weight on our shoulders. And sometimes we don't have that space to be vulnerable, like you said, to be open, to be honest. Like our conversations mostly talking about sports all day. We can talk about the NBA all day.
Right.
We can talk about women all day.
Oh, that's a tough thing to do.
But talk about anything other than that, you know what I mean? The conversations get real quiet, you know what I mean? So these spaces talk about things like trauma, our unhealed trauma, our relationships with our parents, relationships with our significant others, the struggles of co-parenting. That's a big one that we talk about. And just how we can be better as men. So I encourage anybody who's looking for a tribe of people to support you, because we can get around a lot of people who can support you doing the wrong thing. This group of men that Father's Making Progress to help you support you and being the best you that you could possibly be.
Support you for the wrong reasons. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So y'all hear that? You got the opportunities to go and I've been to a couple of sessions. I haven't been in a while. I get the invites. Some days I'll just be a little drained. I'll just be honest with the brothers. And sometimes we working a lot, but I really respect what y'all do. And I know one of my boys that y'all end up meeting. He did come through and started coming to a few of your sessions, Mr. O'Neill.
Yeah. Shout out to them.
Yeah. I'm glad that he came and he enjoys it. I don't know how often he does come, but he called me. He's like, man, this is what I needed. I'm glad I got in touch with you because me being a young dad and being a dad, period, it's just hard to find other guys to connect with. And man, this is your opportunity. If y'all listen to these brothers, you want to come out of your. I always tell people, greatness comes when you step out that comfort zone. So you never know the opportunities and the ways that you can connect with people that's facing the same things. We all live in Milwaukee, but as far as for the fathers in Milwaukee, if you just need somebody to tap into, resources, you just need some communication outside of the normal groups of men that you talking to who may not understand you all the way through. This group right here can help you out. Yes, sir.
Yep. And just to give a plug real quick, this Friday, to cap off Father's Week, we're having a second annual Fathers Making Progress Awards Gala at IPAMA. It's over there on 32nd and Hampton, so 3200 West Hampton Avenue.
Okay.
And this is just the awards that we have to just kind of highlight and to recognize those everyday dads that don't get the praise and recognition for being so dope. So this year we got 6 different categories, and we got 6 winners already. And we're going to go down here. We're going to wear our Sunday's best on a Friday. We're going to get dressed up. We're going to have an excellent meal, dinner. The photos going to be out there. We got some prizes, some raffles, a silent auction. And we're just going to highlight ourselves as men and as fathers because we can't depend on nobody else to do it but us.
Yeah. Now go ahead and share that one more time as far as location and date so people can know.
Yeah, it's going to be this Friday, the 14th. It's called the Fathers Making Progress Awards Gala. It's a big gala. It's our second annual. We had our first one last year. It was a dope event. It was excellent. And we just highlighted those fathers. It's on 32nd and Hampton at IPAMA, 3200 West Hampton Avenue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big Brian.
Yes, sir.
I was going to say B. You are on there. I can say
right.
B.
Either one. B.
That was a solid statement you just made. And I want you to say that again when you step out of that comfort zone.
Yes,
I'll say it.
Yeah.
What he say? He who sits on a hot stove shall surely rise.
Mm.
So when you step out of that comfort zone, you make way for peace
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stepping out of conflict and chaos. You make way for prosperity, blessings, abundance, and total fulfillment.
Yeah.
And I just, when you said that, I've been working on that. You know, for myself, we get stuck in our old thought processes sometimes, or what we've learned generationally, or what we've been taught. And even at 46 years old, I'm just putting death to one cycle and starting a final one. So it was just when you said that, I want to speak on that to men and fathers. You know, step out of the norm. It's the unknown that you're fearful of, and it's the unknown that makes you uncomfortable. You know, take a leap of faith in everything you do. Try something different.
Yeah,
that's real.
And I know a couple guys that even like I got two best friends. I would love for them to just, you know, one of them he's a new 3 years in father, and then the other one he got 3 daughters. You know, and these are my boys. Like one I know for 33 years, and I think out of my group I'm one of the last ones that's not a father yet. But you know, I sit back. You know, I was one of the strongest men was my granddad, and I take a lot of his. I take a lot of his characteristics and personality traits, and I apply those to my own life. The biggest for me is being patient and always being calm in stressful situations. Like I purposely do that just to honor him, because that man would deal with a lot of stuff that our family, you know, you got kids, so your kids gonna bring you all type of grief sometime. And I've seen how he handled those experiences with my uncles, experiences with, you know, my mom, and you know the angel of my auntie, who you know he always held it down, made sure she was good and supported. And you know, seeing a man like that and having that type of, you know, having that type of self-control and working hard, man, you know. So if you brothers that need, like you said, come on, tap in with them. And Keon was right, going out that comfort zone, you know, you just never know the opportunities that's with these organizations that we work with. And I know us working in nonprofits, for all 4 of us that's up here now, working in nonprofits is about stepping out your comfort zone. Because even for me, the first day I started with Wisconsin Voices, Tamika was I'm a public speaker, and I've been facilitating and doing that for over 8-9 years now, and public speaking for probably like 10-12 years. But the first day she didn't even know my background, but all she knew was I worked for workforce services. She was gonna throw me to a press conference on the first day for voting registration. I didn't even know what we was talking about. I was like, what's this for? This is a early voting registration. It was with Mr. Lewis and a couple other people at the MLK statue. But you know, like you said, you just never know. It just happens so quick. And the only reason why I'm just saying that is because, you know, you step up, you come to one of our events through Wisconsin Voices, you come to Fathers Making Progress event, you come check that galas out. You just really never know who you're going to interact or who you may run into that could change your life from here on out. So
that's a good point.
And definitely with this event, you know, the space that you're talking about, when I'm saying, you know, get out of your comfort zone, I'm going to definitely talk about the vulnerability of men. And you know, and with that, I want to ask you something so people can understand. Because, man, I ain't finna go over there and talk to them about what's going on. But you'll go to the bar.
For sure.
Or to the hot spot.
You right.
And get lifted and talk to cats about it and fuss.
That's real.
About it. You know, go talk to somebody who you want to agree with you instead of help you turn better. In these groups, you know, you talk about dealing with traumas and stuff and supporting one another and covering one another and protecting one another as fathers and men. What are some of the heaviest conversations or issues that you all can recall having at these circles? Oh, or you know,
it get heavy in there.
Yeah,
it get real heavy.
I mean, and we're not talking about, you know, anybody in particular.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. Some of and you don't have to get
talk about
you know,
sexual abuse as a kid, some domestic violence mistakes people have made. What else we missing? Some of the heaviest stuff. People that lost people quite often, quite frequently, in some very gruesome and gory ways.
Yeah, we got
major stressors.
We got a couple. We got a couple. A lot of participants don't even be having their parents, and it's a hard topic to touch on them, because we do talk about parenting and relationships and stuff. And you know, when we speak on our childhood and who was around, because we got these things about networking and all that stuff. And
about what?
About networking and stuff. Who in your network?
Networking.
Yeah, like who in your network? Who you can call if you're called on to help you with your kids. If you know, other than your mama and your dad, and like the village. You know, a lot of this time we ain't even got the village. We speak on that a lot.
That's what we're trying to recreate.
We definitely have some people who spoke on how their father killed their mom.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's some tough stuff to even go through, but to just be in that space and to vocalize that, that shows a lot of strength and courage. So we talk about a lot of those heavy topics like that. People coming up with drug abuse, parents. It's a lot of stuff that come up in these conversations, and I can tell when people speak about these things that they haven't spoke about it in a long time, that they've been sitting on that for a while, and I can see like kind of the burden or the lift be lifted off of them the moment they talk. And I feel like we don't talk because we feel like most of the time people are not really listening to us.
Right.
You know what I mean? So this is a space where you can like genuinely and truly be heard, and you know that's what a lot of us men need.
And it's necessary to get that out, because holding that stuff in and not speaking on it, that you pass that down to your children who learn your behavior.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times, you know, I remember a friend of mine back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, we were very close, and there were 3 girls, and she would be like, "This one is like me." I say, "Yeah, that one is like you when you were in elementary school. This one is like you now. She takes on the burdens of your behavior today." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to make sure you be cautious of, you know, and then you care for yourself so that you can care for someone else. So.
That's so real.
Yeah.
That's real.
So, quick question for y'all, and then we'll comment to back up what Keon saying before the question. Now, they shown that we carry our DNA, you know, as far as the things in our DNA can, you know, as far as the trauma in our DNA gets carried on, like we are all living on traumas from hundreds of years ago right now, you know. And I guess one of the things I was just thinking of when he was talking about was just looking at the point of, you know, trying to restructure that and doing whatever you can mentally and physically, spiritually, whatever, to kind of change that DNA structure for your, you know, especially if you know, if you got kids now, more than likely it's a high percentage chance that you're going to be a grandparent one day. You know what I'm saying? So you want to start working on changing your structure and leaving on a legacy that's not full of heartache and burdens and you know, a whole bunch of
trauma,
negative trauma and
yeah.
all that stuff. So one thing, and it's just separate from that, that was just a comment. What have y'all seen? What skills or what new traits have you seen within yourselves being involved on this level? Because y'all be heavy in it. I know that for a fact, because I see y'all, you know, we always chopping it up. How deep, how how heavy, or how much have y'all seen y'all change, or your personality or skills change, or just your traits change in the working for FMP?
I became more of a people person. I started as a captain mobilizer, and I ain't really striding that stuff.
Yeah.
And Tehran had asked me about being a facilitator because he seen it in me. I ain't really seen it into me.
Yeah.
Until you know, I kept going to them classes, and like 2022, that's where I met him in one of them classes, you know. And then I seen him like in a few months later get to teaching the classes. So that made me want to do something. And then Wisconsin Voices actually gave me my first couple facilitation roles, so I was able to practice with y'all and bring it into to Fathers Making Progress. And then, like, I always talk about y'all because I'm always gonna highlight that when it comes there, because y'all gave my first opportunity. And y'all became network, and then that's how I got into it.
Well, we appreciate you, and we get credit to Latoya too, because Latoya was definitely like, yeah, we need to make sure he get up there and speak, or who gonna be this person that speaks. She always talks highly of you as well, and I do see the growth in you. I appreciate you for doing what you're doing and sticking to it. So you keep working on yourself and keep striving towards everything and creating a strong legacy for yourself.
Yeah.
Any last little message before we get up out of here real quick, y'all?
All fathers, we're calling all fathers, all dads. We need you here. We need to be strong together, so we can face the rest of the community. Strong fathers equal strong families equal stronger communities.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Boy, you have just finished up another episode of Be a Voice Radio with Wisconsin Voices, WNOV 860 AM, 106.5 FM. We will see you guys Friday. Have a good rest of your day.